And like the scriptures say right there, it said that the sin that's set to how did it say it? It was
the sin which that so easily beset us.
That's so easily to beset us. You know, just because you go out there every single day doesn't mean that you're gonna make you're gonna get yourself a seat in the chariot. Because you could easily be doing it and not even be the elect. So basically you have to have patience and wait. Have a perfect have a balance of all things.
Looking unto Yahweh Shai, the author and finisher of our faith.
The author and the finisher of our faith, not us. We didn't call ourselves to be out here, nor are we gonna say, oh well, you have to take me because I did this work. You gotta have faith and be patient. And go through this trial, this fucking valley of shadow of death, the straight gate. And hope you're found worthy. Hope. That's what the scriptures all talk about. You hope. Hope that you're part of that number.
Looking unto Yahweh Shai, the author and finisher of our faith, who for the joy that was set before him endured the cross, despising the shame, and is set down at the right hand of the throne of the Most High.
Yeah, so he received his reward.
For considering him that endured such contradiction of sinners against himself, lest you be weary and faint in your minds.
That's our greatest example is Yahweh Shai. He faced against great kingdoms too. He rebuked Bethsaida, Chorazin, Capernaum. He rebuked Galilee. I mean, everywhere he went, he was rebuked. Not once did he not rebuke. He rebuked everywhere he was going. He was faced, like I said, he was faced with what?
With such contradiction of sinners.
Of sinners, man. Go ahead.
For considering him that endured such contradiction of sinners against himself, lest you be wearied and faint in your minds.
So you gotta endure. Keep going through. Keep continuing. Don't weary yourself or worry yourself to death to where you're like, man, hope I make it. Just have faith and walk. Have faith and walk, man. That's all we can do. In the beginning, man, it was rough. I'm sure all you brothers can say it for yourself too. It was rough in the beginning, but as time goes on, you settle down, like the scriptures say in one of the scriptures that He'll settle you. Right here, 2 Peter chapter 5. I'll start at verse 9. Or verse 8. Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour. Whom resist steadfast in the faith, knowing that the same afflictions are accomplished in your brethren that are in the world. But the God of all grace, who had called us unto his eternal glory by Yahweh Mashiach, after that ye have suffered a while, make you perfect, establish, strengthen, settle you. So the Most High will start beginning to settle you. You'll know how to go through certain things easier than you did in the early stages of your faith. See what I'm saying? So Yahweh Shai is our greatest example. And all scriptures were written for our learning. It was written for our learning. The examples.
This is Hebrews chapter 2 verse 1. Therefore we ought to give the more earnest heed to the things which we have heard, lest at any time we should let them slip. For if the word spoken by angels was steadfast, and every transgression and disobedience received a just recompense and reward, how shall we escape if we, in the point right here, if we neglect so great salvation, which at the first began to be spoken by the Lord, and was confirmed unto us by them that heard him.
Right, with the apostles. Peter, Paul, James.
That's that point too, that great salvation, man. The truth is the only thing, man, that has the power, because we know who it comes from, Yahweh Shai. There's the only thing that can save you, that might save you. And that's part of the fear of the Most High as well, because you don't want to, you want to do all you can do to make it. No man that comes from the truth, unless they have an evil heart. I think there was one about it, talked about it. You don't want to get caught up, because the next thing that you hear or that you see, or that you do, or that you receive, could be the last thing that could make you bug out. And that's beautiful how he just said that when he read that in Peter's. He said that he wants to settle you, or he'll settle you, because you don't want it. Because if you're not settled, you're, what does that say in James chapter 1? We're saying that an unstable man, or a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. And there was one I was looking at, I was trying to find for younger brothers, where it's in Proverbs, and it's Isaiah 33. The first chapter of Proverbs, where it says to give the young man knowledge and the young man instruction, stability, to be able to maneuver the right way. And it's beautiful how all the brotherhood, man, the brothers that have been in it for a while, we understand, like, that's why you don't read, like they had that, the Ben Ami, they called them the Ben Ami flunkies. They came up a while back to Mano Jacob, and they take that scripture in Jeremiah 50, where it says to flee out of the midst of Babylon. That's why they went to Israel. They believed that was a sign. Yeah, man. But that's spiritual. But we read it and we understand it's spiritual. Because we know that, like the brothers was harping on, no matter where you go, man, you're going to get the same hell you caught in America over there in Israel.
You're under the curses. You can't escape the curse that the Lord put on you. Mm-hmm. You can't escape the imminent destruction that's on its way. You can't escape that. It's going to occur here. We just proved to you in the scriptures that not the America, which is like as a woman, the great whore. She's not the only one that's going to be destroyed, but the war is going to continue at Jehoshaphat or in the Middle East, man. So if you leave here, just prepare for war to occur over there after America's destroyed too. So no matter what, you can't escape it. You can't escape the evil that's about to come across the whole earth.
This world, they said be cast on the curse. I can't think of it. No, it's Peter.
Pt5 and 6. Humble yourselves therefore under the mighty hand of God, that he may exalt you in due time, casting all your care upon him, for he careth for you.
Yep, there you go. Yeah, but you got to cast your care upon the Most High, and you have to send it on your shoulder. They're going to be the only ones to redeem you in that time, and only they can lift up those curses. Only they know the secrets of how to do certain things. And the scripture tell you cannot overcome the principalities that he created, man. We don't have that knowledge, and we're not going to be given that knowledge.
Even us that come into this truth, curses ain't lifted off of us. We're still going through shit. When the curses are lifted, when we got a sure seat in the chariot, and we're in the heavens in the twinkling of an eye, that we know that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? It's like when you're in a bad dream and you just wake up out of it, you're like, fuck, that was a dream. That's how it is on this side. When we're on the earth at one time, and then boom, we're in a chair. We're like, what the? We're like, this is it. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna react. You're gonna rejoice. You're gonna Lord, that's how quick it's gonna be. And it tells you that in Matthew 20:24 how it's gonna be. Two people are gonna be walking or grinding at the mill, and boom, one's taken. You got the one at Thessalonians where it says that we're gonna be caught up and meet up the dead in the heavens with the Lord. And comfort ye one another with these words. And that's a true saying, man. That's the reward that we're waiting for, that redemption. As soon as that happens, the curses are over, man. We're in sure safety. We have no more need to hide. It's like you're a child, and then you're getting into something, and then your dad, you just happen to see like your dad, and you get happy because you know your dad will protect you no matter what. You have that big, that man coming to save you, and you're like, hell yeah, thank you, man. Like that's how it's gonna be with the brothers and the angels and the Yahweh Shai in the heavens. We ain't gonna have no reason to fear anymore. And that's part of a curse, having fear.
looking for that one where it says gird up the feeble. I think I found it. No, the one where it says the feeble knees. The feeble
It's in
knees.
Hebrews.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at.
I got Revelations chapter 11, verse 12. And they heard a great voice from heaven saying unto them, come up hither. And they ascended up to heaven in a cloud, and their enemies beheld them. So that's what's gonna happen, man. If we're the elect, the angels and Yahweh shall be like, come up hither, and we're gonna go straight up into the heavens in the chariot, man. And our enemies are gonna behold us. They're gonna watch us going into the heavens. And it tells you that in Wisdom of Solomon chapter 5, that they're gonna say this was he that was numbered among the saints. You know? And then they're gonna know that they were the ones that were in the wrong the whole time. Y'all are gonna know that y'all are the ones that were in the wrong, and that were y'all had despised Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. And you're gonna start crying bitterly while we're up there rejoicing and laughing that we made it, crying that we made it.
Wisdom of Solomon 5 and 2. It says, when they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear, and shall be amazed at the strangeness of the salvation, so far beyond all that they looked for.
And Lord willing, is because we did good works. We're the elect, and we had good works, faith, then that's why we're gonna be delivered, man. You can't just be kicking back and not doing nothing. Like we've been talking about the 5 men that will receive talents, and one of the men who had talent went and buried it and didn't do nothing. He didn't profit, he didn't increase. Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, the owner, was angry at him, knowing that you knew that I was an austere man. And his response was like, well, I feared you. But then if he feared it, he would have increased, he would have profited. So he took that away from him and gave it to the man that had the most. He casted him away. You have to have works. That's why the elect are going to have works, and they're going to be redeemed.
And they, repenting and groaning for anguish of spirit, shall say within themselves, this was he whom we had sometimes in derision and a proverb of reproach. We fools account his life madness, and his end to be without honor.
All you people, man, you actually think that we're just out here like crazy, not knowing what we're doing, talking about, that we don't know what we believe in. It's fine, man. You can do that. That's what they did to Yahweh Shai too. They said that he was a madman, that he had a devil. Right? He said that the son is no greater than his master. And we're going to suffer the same thing, man. So we don't care. All we're worried about is saving ourselves. You know? And saving the elect, fishers of men. That's it.
We fools account his life madness, and his end to be without honor. How is he numbered among the children of the Most High, and his lot is among the saints? Therefore have we erred from the way of truth, and the light of righteousness has not shined unto us.
Then you're gonna recognize, at that moment when you see that occur, you'll be like, what the fuck? What were we doing all our lives? Why didn't we listen to them? Then you're gonna start saying these words. Most I already know, we already know your hearts, man.
It says, in the way of truth, and therefore have we erred from the way of truth, and the light of righteousness hath not shined unto us, and the sun of righteousness rose not upon us. We wearied ourselves in the way of wickedness and destruction. Yea, we have gone through deserts where there lay no way. But as for the way of the Lord, we have not known it.
You wearied yourself trying to go through that way. That way was just full of brush and thorns and no path. You were just like trying to make yourself a path. When Yahweh Shai says, come through me, I am the way, the truth, and the life. I am the door. So the Most High says, my yoke is not heavy. So you think he's going to give you a path that's all fucked up? I mean, though it says wisdom, when she walks with you, is a crooked path. But that's because she's trying to discipline. She's the spirit of discipline. She makes you better. She gets you on that straight path.
I had this for the elect. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 3, verse 1. But the souls of the righteous are in the hand of the Most High, and there shall no torment touch them. In the sight of the unwise, they seem to die, and their departure is taken for misery, and their going from us to be utter destruction. But they are in peace. For though they be punished in the sight of men, yet is their hope full of immortality.
Their hope is full of immortality, man. Y'all have no hope. Like we always say, you know, us brothers, we're the only ones that have that sure hope. Lord willing. And the souls of the righteous are in the hands of the Most High, and nobody can pluck them out. None of you could take out the elect out of the Most High's hand. We're reading the book of life. You can't go up to him, command him to erase that name out of the book. He's in a place where, like the scripture says, store your treasure in heaven, where no thieves or moth or rust can destroy, take or steal. So he's in sure safety. Esau can't get to him. No matter how hard he tries, Esau can only go so far in space. And even at that, even if the Lord allowed him to cross that barrier that's outside the Earth's atmosphere, he'll get lost because he can't find it. That's a great span of area. You can never find him, man. He's in a different dimension. He could just pop out right here. He could just open up a dimension where he just falls right here. You can't find them tunnels. You can't find that road. There's no GPS to where he is. You can't find that. That's why the Lord tells us what to trust and not to trust. But to you, the rest of you, man, to the rest of you people, we know who you trust. And God we trust. That's on the back of your dollar bill. You chose Mammon. Go ahead.
And having been a little chastised, they shall be greatly rewarded. For the Most High approved them and found them worthy for himself. As gold in the furnace hath he tried them, and received them as a burnt offering. And in the time of their visitation they shall shine, and run to and fro like sparks among the stubble. They shall judge the nations and have dominion over the people, and the Lord shall reign forever. They that put their trust in him shall understand the truth.
What did I just say earlier? We know who we trust, and we know who you trust. You trust in God we trust, which is that dollar bill, Mammon. It says, what did it say again? Trust?
They that put their trust in him shall understand the truth, and such as be faithful in love shall abide with him. For grace and mercy is to his saints, and he had care for his elect. But the ungodly shall be punished according to their own imaginations, which have neglected the righteous and have forsaken the Lord. For whoso despises wisdom and nurture, he is miserable, and their hope is vain.
Yeah, so you're going to be in a miserable state when you see the brothers, those men you despise on the highways and the byways in the heavens. Sure safety. You're going to be in a miserable state, man. And all you got from that point on, all you have to look forward to is death. Because the scriptures say, seek the Lord thy God while he still may be found. And y'all people are taking that for granted. Y'all taking it for granted, right? And once it's gone, it's too late, man. It was a good thing. Y'all missed out. And you know, now you asked out. You asked out, now you gotta pay for it. With your life.
Yeah, it says, for whoso despises wisdom and nurture, he is miserable, and their hope is vain. Their labors are fruitful, and their works unprofitable. There you go. There's no point of you, man. You're just a vessel with air right now. The Most High, brother gives an analogy, he's like, it's about to pop you, man. You're just gonna deflate. You're just gonna go back in the closet where you're not even needed. In a furnace closet. Because like I was watching this show real quick earlier, man. This chick, she had a person come from her past who knew the truth about her whole life. But she said, I have such a good life now. And he goes, well, what if it was built all upon lies? And she said, I don't care because this is real. And he's like, all right, but she said, I don't want to know it. That's just how you people are, man. Just because you're gonna touch this, it hurts you. But like the brother said earlier, it's like a bad dream. It is like the scripture tell you, man, in Psalms, I think like 126, that this that this whole life we're living is just like one